G'day YouTube, Quacker John here. Today I'm discussing the differences between the American Vulcan S and the Australian LAMS Vulcan S. In Australia, the Kawasaki Vulcan S is sold as a LAMS approved motorcycle, which means that it is restricted in horsepower for learner motorcyclists. LAMS is a learner approved motorcycle scheme. The Americans, however, do not have any such learner restrictions on their motorcycles. Australian motorcycles are more tightly controlled by the government, they say, for safety reasons. Now, the difference between the Vulcan S sold in America as opposed to the Vulcan S sold in Australia regarding LAMS is in the throttle stop bolt and the 4-pin plug behind the cover on the left-hand side of the bike. The American Vulcan S does not have the throttle stop bolt as shown in this photograph, and the American Vulcan S has the 4-pin plug but is missing the wire that completes the circuit. On the Australian Vulcan S, you can see that the throttle stop bolt is in place. And on the Australian Vulcan S, you can see that a wire is coming out at the top of the 4-pin plug. The American Vulcan S has the full 60 horsepower that it was designed for, whereas the Australian Vulcan S has 45 horsepower and is restricted to be a learner-approved motorcycle. And these are the differences between the American Vulcan S and the Australian Vulcan S regarding LAMS in Australia. In Australia, the Vulcan S does have the throttle stop bolt that limits the amount of throttle that can be used, and it has the complete circuitry wire on the 4-pin plug. Apparently the 4-pin plug provides data to the ECU that in turn restricts the amount of fuel that is given to the motor. Now, some people say that this 4-pin plug must be disabled along with the removal of the throttle stop bolt to fully de-restrict the Vulcan S. Whereas my Kawasaki dealer said that they only remove the throttle stop bolt when de-restricting the Vulcan S in their workshop. So both Alan and I are now researching the 4-pin plug and whether it is involved in the de-restricting of the Vulcan S, and we will have the answer regarding that soon. The Australian Vulcan S only has 45 horsepower available to it as per the LAMS requirements. In Australia, they could have sold the Vulcan S fully unrestricted as in America, but then it wouldn't be a learner-approved bike in Australia, which apparently is the market that they were aiming for in Australia. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoy these videos, subscribe to the channel. The Quacker John Vulcan S show is on every Friday night at 10 PM Brisbane, Australia time. You are most welcome to join in. You are most welcome to join the Quacker John chat room, and the link for your invitation to join the chat room is in the comments under the video. I published a book called My Kawasaki Vulcan SE Adventures, and it is available on the Amazon website. See ya!